evening, everyone. My name is Carla, and you have reached my FlossTube channel, Carla being Crafty. Tonight is a special video. It is December 18th. Tonight is the first night of Hanukkah, so Chag Sameach, which means happy festival, actually, but it is a good way to say happy holidays to anybody for any holiday, but Chag Sameach for the first night of Hanukkah. And our first Flossnukkah 2022 video. I will be doing a video each night this week to share Hanukkah with you, share a little bit of Hanukkah trivia and interesting facts, and open a few gifts, give away some cool things, and basically have a good old time here on my Carla being Crafty channel. So thank you so much for joining me. I can't say how happy I am that you guys are watching my video and sharing the holiday with me. I've been looking forward to it for quite a while. When I decided I was going to do Flossnukkah videos this year, I got kind of excited about it. So I'm really excited to go ahead and start. It's about 4:20-ish in the afternoon here in Southern California. Sundown's supposed to be around 4:45, and you're supposed to light the candles at sundown or a little bit after sundown. So I figured we would have probably about 20 minutes of me showing you stuff first and telling you a little bit about Hanukkah before we get to the actual candle lighting. So first thing I want to do is just kind of give you a little tour of my setup here. Hopefully it's not too busy that you guys can actually see stuff. It's hard for me to tell in the viewfinder, but then when I look at it back, it usually looks okay. So I don't have a lot of light like right on me because I do have an overhead light here, but then it's just like this big halo, you know? So I have my kitchen light on behind me. I have a couple of ring lights that are kind of pointing at me, and hopefully along with the candle light, it'll be enough. We'll get more and more light as the week goes on. So let me just kind of walk you over my stuff here behind me. I don't normally keep this here, but I thought I would go ahead and prop it on the wall for the video so you guys can see it. I'm going to kind of lean out of the frame here. This is the needlepoint that my mom did many years ago. I think before my brother was born, but I remember her working on it. So it must have been about maybe 55 years ago, maybe a little bit less than that. It is a design that was actually, my dad drew it in the style of the Chagall windows. And it has kind of a little bit of all the Chagall windows kind of all mixed in. As I said, my dad drew it. I have another kind of copy of this work on that wall, which is my dad's original artwork, which was just done as a pattern. However, after he died, my grandparents saw that sitting in a closet. It was actually ripped on the bottom, the paper and paint one that he did, and they pulled it out and had it framed and everything, and I ended up inheriting that. So I have two versions. I have the version that my dad originally did, and then which was a pattern for this lovely piece, which is needlepoint. The tablets in the middle right here, those are petty point. So I can't usually show this on my video because it's so big, it's hard to get close enough to it. But it is really a gorgeous piece, and as I said, my dad designed it and my mom transferred that into cross stitch. They picked all the colors of wool. I remember going to the shop with them and picking wool and doing this major needlepoint. So I thought I would put it on the wall so you guys could take a look at it, since this is a craft channel, and I would assume most of the people watching this are interested in my crafting as well. So we'll get to the menorahs in a second, but I have my sort of ornament tree hanging there. A lot of the things on here are gifts that I got from people 2 years ago when I did a Flossnukkah video. So I pulled them back out, and they're adding some lovely decor here. I have two stitched pieces that I did. And I don't think that you're going to be able to see this one very well. So let me pull it a little bit closer, and oh no, it's going to mess everything up. Okay, hold on. All right, just finished this. I showed it on my video this morning. This is Peace and Light by Satsuma Street that I just finished. And I am very excited about that. And then the Hanukkah piece that I stitched before that, I adapted Michelle Bendy Stitchy's Hildy's Yule to be Hildy's Hanukkah. And so the characters are the same with different colors, but I took out the tree and the fireplace. Well, the fireplace is still there, but I kind of turned it into a table. And I added a menorah instead of a tree, and I put dreidels on top of the table with the cat and the bats and the spider. They're all still there. So those are my 2 Hanukkah stitch pieces that I have done so far. Oops. And we'll see if next year I add to that. Okay, I have everything balanced. I don't want everything to go toppling all of a sudden. So, you'll see on my table here, I actually have 4 menorahs to light for you guys this year. I had 2 previously. I had this one, and then this year I added 2. So this is just a standard menorah. I've had it for a while. I don't even know where I got it. I think it might be a Party Light one when I was selling Party Light that I got their menorah. This menorah with the flowers was actually my ex-mother-in-law's, and after she passed away, my sister-in-law had asked me for something, I think diamond paintings or something, and I was like, well, while I'm bringing you that, I have a request. And my mother-in-law collected Hanukkah, and so she had like 40 or something, and I thought, you know, it's not gonna be a hardship for them to give me one, so I asked for one, and they did give me one. This year I got this cute little resin cat menorah, which came, and it had a few problems. This guy was missing an ear, and then it dropped, and this guy fell off, and this guy lost an ear, and I figured, you know what? I repaired it. The ear's missing, so the cats aren't perfect. I mean, who is? So I'm not worrying about it. And then I got this really cool little menorah, which is actually a travel menorah. So these little pieces are all magnetic, and then you can attach them to the box, the metal box, however you want. I put them in a little V configuration for right now. And I just think it's really cute. And it, you know, you can put everything in the box to travel with. It actually came with a box of candles, which I'm not using. And yeah, so I have 4 menorahs. I have different kind of candles in each one. We'll talk about that probably a little bit more when we talk about the menorah, which will be in a couple days. Although you will notice in this one, I'm using oil cups instead of candles. These are solid oil cups. You can get ones that have liquid oil in them. There's these really cool glass ones actually, and you have to break off the glass top so that you can get at the oil. But I got these, and I was really excited to use them in one of the taller menorahs, and I can't because they don't fit. This part doesn't go in. They're supposed to be standard size, but I guess it's not 100% true. But they fit luckily in this little travel one. So we'll be using the oil cups in that one. I also have a bunch of dreidels lying around as decor. I have my bigger dreidels here that I will use when we talk about dreidels because they're a lot easier to see. And I have my cute little cup of Hanukkah gelt. Actually, I figured I didn't need a bunch of chocolate, right? So I got a small package of the good kind. So this is actually really good chocolate as opposed to the stuff that's mostly wax. So I have like 25 of these. So I can have one of those each night. Let's see, what else do I have on my table? I have this. My little cat jar, which really has nothing to do with Hanukkah. It's actually, you could think of it maybe as like even a Halloween thing, but you guys are going to be excited about this jar because inside this jar are all the names of all the people who put in a request to possibly win a little golden book during these videos. And yeah, so I think that pretty much covers it. I just have some other, you know, sparkly Hanukkah stuff lying around to be sparkly and blue and silver and sparkly, which is pretty much how I decorate. This is it. There's a bottle of wine over there because it was sitting on the table anyway, and I figured, you know what? We should have a bottle of wine. I'm probably not going to drink any on camera, but we'll have a bottle of wine there. Okay, so if you have any questions, general questions, of course, you know, put them in the comments and I will answer everything as best I can. But let's get to it a little bit. Now, as I said, tonight is the first night of Hanukkah, but really Hanukkah is tomorrow. The first night of Hanukkah is tomorrow, and all Jewish holidays start at sunset the night before. So Shabbat is that way. That's why we have Friday nights at sundown is when, you know, you light the Shabbat candles if you're doing that, and then Shabbat is Saturday during the day until sundown Saturday when it's Havdalah and the Shabbat is over. So it's like that for every Jewish holiday. So there's been, I've heard a bunch of different people on the Vlogmasses and Flossmasses and all the stuff that I've been watching, and people have been confused about when Hanukkah is. And I saw somebody who was like, oh, I thought Hanukkah was tomorrow, but apparently it's today. Well, no, you were right. It is tomorrow. It didn't start until, or it actually really doesn't start until sundown tonight. So tonight is the first night of Hanukkah, but tomorrow is the first day of Hanukkah. Hanukkah, the word Hanukkah means dedication. And when I go through the story of Hanukkah, you'll understand why dedication is the key word here. The other thing that I always want to say is Hanukkah is not an English word. Okay, that everybody knows that, right? It's not an English word, it's a Hebrew word. So there is no correct way to spell it. So when people write it and say, oh, I'm not spelling it correctly, I mean, obviously, you know, it usually has an H at the beginning or a CH, because Jewish Hebrew has a sound that we use in a lot of stuff. In fact, I said Chag Sameach at the beginning of the video. Chag Sameach in English is spelled C-H-A-G. So when you see that and don't know how to pronounce it, it's not Chag, it's Chag. And Sameach ends with a C-H as well. So we have that sort of that you do, like, you know, like a cat kind of choking. That sound is part of Hebrew. But don't worry about spelling it, okay? There's no, you know, whether it has two N's or two K's or an H at the end or a C at the beginning, there's really no wrong way to spell Hanukkah, because it's not an English word. So, you know, however you spell it is fine. So let's see. I have my little notes here. I want to make sure that I don't go out of order. When we're lighting the candles, you'll pretty much notice, you know, they all have one candle that's higher, or one branch that's higher. That is the shamus, or the helper candle, and that's the candle that you use to actually light all the other candles. So that's the only one that you actually, you know, set fire to with a lighter or a match or something, and then you use that one to light every other one. What I will probably do is use one shamus to light everything, because since I'm sitting here A, on camera, and B, kind of doing it at a weird angle, I don't want to burn myself. So I will be doing it that way. It will get interesting towards the end of the week when there are, you know, 36 candles that need to be lit here. Okay. The menorah, we always light, or we load from right to left. So we start on this side of it and go this way as we're adding candles. But when we light it, we always light from left to right. So you're always lighting the newest candle first. And yes, okay. So let's get into what is the story of Hanukkah. Why is this even a thing? I've said lots of times on my channel, Hanukkah is not a important religious holiday. It's a festival, it's a celebration. It became more of a big deal, you know, because in the United States, you know, because of its proximity to Christmas. And so that's why it became kind of like the December holiday giving time. It became a gift giving holiday, but it is not really a religious holiday. I mean, it's a fun holiday. It's something that we all look forward to, kids especially, but it isn't a big religious holiday. We have other holidays that are much more significant as far as religious stuff. But the story of Hanukkah is that according to tradition, while Jews were living under the Greek Empire around 167 BCE, King Antiochus IV outlawed Judaism and desecrated the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. That's part of our history. We have been oppressed throughout history. We are a group that tends to get scapegoated a lot for the ills of the world, and that is just part of our history. And so the story of Hanukkah is just one of those incidents where the Greeks and Syrians outlawed Judaism and destroyed the temple, filled it with idols. There was a small Jewish army led by they were called the Maccabees because they were led by Judah the Maccabee. And they led a rebellion against the Greeks and Syrians. And they won. You know, there was a war, they won. They were the resistance fighters, and they fought against the oppressors. So when they won the little war and returned to the Holy Temple, it had been desecrated, it had been filled with idols, and it was desecrated. So, of course, they had to clean everything out. They rededicated the temple, and there you got your Hanukkah, the dedication. They rededicated the temple. They removed all the idols, and every Jewish synagogue has what they call an eternal light. It's a lamp that's lit, and it, you know, it's supposed to be on all the time. I mean, in modern day temples, it's an electric light, and it's, you know, I don't think it ever really gets turned off. It's left on all the time, but at this time, of course, it was an oil lamp. And when they went to go relight the light to rededicate the temple, there was only enough oil. I mean, I always heard there was one jar because they'd all been smashed and everything when the Greeks and Syrians came through. So there's one jar, and one jar of the oil was supposed to be enough to light the lamp for one day and one night. It would take 8 days and 8 nights to press new oil and get more oil. And there was a miracle, and that one jar of oil lasted the whole 8 days. So that is why we celebrate Hanukkah for 8 days. It is a celebration of the bravery and the victory of the Maccabees against our oppressors. It is a celebration of the miracle of the oil. And by lighting the menorah, it's symbolic of pushing back against the darkness with light. So the idea of light and brightness and triumph is just a big theme of Hanukkah. So that is what Hanukkah is all about. That is what we're celebrating, and yeah. So that's basically it in a nutshell. Is we're celebrating the victory, a victory in war, a victory against our oppressors. And Hanukkah a lot of times has been a symbol during other times when we have had oppression, you know, that we've gotten through it before and we'll get through it again. It's something that we're going through even right now. You guys know what's going on in the news, I'm sure. There are some famous people who have been very anti-Semitic lately, and that kind of stuff just never seems to end. You know, there's always somebody who's gonna blame the Jews. Blame the Jews. So anyway, that's basically it. So the next thing to do tonight is to go ahead and light the menorahs and say the prayers with you. I have my little like cheat thing here with the prayers, which are written in both Hebrew And then transliteration, which means Hebrew written, you know, in English so that you can read it. And then also the English translation as opposed to transliteration. And so I will do the prayers for you. Please forgive me if I mispronounce things. If you're Jewish and familiar, I've been saying these prayers my entire life. However, saying them on camera, on a video, you know, the stage fright comes in. So I have the prayers here. There's 2 prayers that we say every night. And then on the first night, there's a 3rd prayer. So let us go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and light all the candles and then say the prayers because I only have 2 hands here. Okay. And it's a little early, but the sun is going down, so. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'had l'kner shel Hanukkah. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who has sanctified us with your commandments and commanded us to light the Hanukkah lights. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher asa nisim levotenu b'yamim hachem bazman hazeh. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who performed wondrous deeds for our ancestors in days of old at this season. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, for giving us life, for sustaining us, and for enabling us to reach this season. And with Jewish tradition, if you listen to a prayer but didn't say the prayer, then when the prayer is done, you say Amen, which means I agree. Okay, so the menorahs are lit. They are beautiful, I think. And now we are into the gift giving portion of the evening, the fun stuff. So because this is a primarily cross-stitch channel, I have been telling everybody that I went ahead and I got myself 8 Realist kits with birthday money so that I would have a Realist kit to open every night. And I'm just going to reach into the bag and share it with you so you can see all my new Realist kits. And the reason I picked Realist is, first of all, I really like Realist, but Realist was the very first cross stitch I ever did in 2019 when I thought, gee, I should try this kind of cross stitch stuff. I've never done that before. And I got a little Realist kit and I did the bluebells, which I gave to my mom, and then I have them back after my mom passed away. So I thought it was kind of fitting to just get some more Realist kits. And yeah, so that's what it's all about. All right, so I'll just reach in here, grab 1, 2. Okay, it's funny that I pulled this one because this is the only one that actually I did not get for this video. I had it already, but I figured I'd stick it in this bag and so I could share it with you guys. So this is the oh, and it's all in Hebrew. I mean, in the sort of, where is the name? What are these called? Hydrangeas. Okay, I don't see it written on here anyway, but anywhere. But I got the hydrangea kit. Very pretty. I've always loved hydrangeas. Hydrangeas make me think of my grandmother on my dad's side. She had huge hydrangea bushes in her backyard. So, love it. Love this kit. Okay, now, I have a couple other things to show you. I got a gift from a friend of mine, and there's 2 packages in here, so I told her I was going to open them on the first 2 nights of Hanukkah, and so I have that to show you. And I got a very lovely gift card from my friend Frisch, who is one of the first people that I met outside of this little community. I met her when I went on a trip to Arizona, and she had been a viewer of my channel, and I actually got to meet and stitch and have lunch with her. She sent me a lovely little gift card for Amazon. What I think is funny is I got this on the same day that I got something that I ordered from Amazon, which I probably shouldn't have. I was indulging myself, but then I'm like, you know what? Dawn got that for me. So the kit that I got that I am forevermore going to decide was given to me by Dawn is this Dimensions Gold Collection kit. No shocker, it's called Kitty Litter. It is so adorable, and I've been eyeing it for a really long time. I think it's going to be really a fun chart to do. It's going to take forever. It's big. But I think I might start this in January when I'm doing my full coverage, and I will think of Dawn every time I stitch on it. So thank you so much, Dawn, for the lovely gift of this, which got me this. So thank you. Okay, and then, oops. And then, well, let me open. This is from Laurie, from my friend Laurie. As I said, there's 2 packages here. So, ooh, how nice. Cozy socks with foot lotion, which is so nice because I've been needing socks in the evening here. It doesn't get that cold, but my toes get a little cold in the evening. So those are so cute. Thank you, Laurie. I'm going to enjoy those for sure. And then last but definitely not least, one of my viewers, Jenn Marsh, sent me a box full of gifts. She had asked if it was okay to send holiday gifts, and of course I was like, sure, send me as many presents as you want. But she sent me a lovely Hanukkah box. There's 8 gifts in here, all wrapped up. Oh, those are cards. I'm like, what is that? All wrapped up and numbered, so I know which one to open which day. And in addition to the 8 gifts, I guess I got a little extra gift. She found me a little golden book called A Puppy for Hanukkah, which is just adorable. And I don't know if I'll turn this into a journal or not, but it's definitely something that I want to keep around for the Hanukkah celebration. It's probably gonna fall, but it's really cute. I think it's funny because when you read the book, it's based on, there's a song, I guess, which I've never heard, but there's a song by David Diggs, William Hudson, and Jonathan Snapes, illustrated by the Disney Storybook art team. But it talks about like getting socks and so Hanukkah, you know, gifts, traditionally, when I was growing up at least, were not hugely elaborate. I mean, we did get gifts of socks one night, and I remember one night getting batteries for, you know, whatever the gift coming the next night would be, bubble bath. We would often get those lifesaver books, you know, that would be one night. So the way my parents did it, unless, if they had like a big present, they would say that we couldn't open it till the 8th night. But if it was just if it was a bunch of little things, so So certain things were ordered, like there might be a one of two and you had to order those, open those in order. But the other things we just get to pick our present each night, you know. Okay, so here's Jenn's box of presents. So this is the one marked day 1. I feel like a little kid with all these presents to open. Ooh, okay, we've got a bag full of goodies, I think. So, a lovely mesh bag. These are always handy. And, ooh, okay. So we've got, DMC Diamante, which I have been wanting to check out. We've got some purple variegated floss. Perfect color. It's DMC 52. Purple variegated. Diamante. And some Thread Magic Thread Conditioner. I've never used this. And I hear people say that it's great stuff. I'm interested to use it, but the only thing that always holds me back, and if you guys have used it, let me know, is I always think like, well, if you get like wax or whatever on the threads, that it's going to actually attract dirt. And I don't usually wash my projects, so it always makes me concerned. But let me know what your experience has been with Thread Magic. Thank you, Jenn. This is so exciting. Okay, now I have this bag, which is full of gifts for Baggy from me. So he's not around right now, but I will pull out his gift. Let's pull out the noisy one so the box stops rattling. And I will give it to him after the video. So this is one of these silver vine balls. He has a couple of these, but because he bats them all over the place, they get under furniture and I have no idea where they are. So I got him another silver vine ball. This one has a bell in it, which I'm sure could possibly be annoying for me to shake it at you guys. So I will give this to him later. And then in future videos, if you hear something banging around, you'll know that that's what it is. Okay. I think that's it. Except for the really exciting part, right? We are going to draw the first winner of a custom-made little golden book. Okay. I think that's stirred pretty well. And the winner tonight is Christy Donnay. D-O-N-N-A-Y. Christy. So, congratulations, Christy. I hope you're excited. I will have to go back and look. I did write down kind of like the notes that people gave me. Some people didn't really give me any notes, but some people gave me way more specific things of which books they would be interested in. So I'll have to go back and look and see. Christy, get a hold of me. You can message me on Instagram and let me know that you're the winner, and then we can discuss what book I will make for you this year. So I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I hope that you enjoyed sharing the first night of Hanukkah with me. It only gets better because as the week goes on, we get more and more candles. It gets more and more beautiful. And I am really excited to share it with you. So until I see you guys again, I hope that your holiday season is full of light and love. And remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. This is Carla. Happy Hanukkah.